Brilliance Audio presents Mercy Dogs by Tyler Dilts, performed by the author. Grace was gone. "Where is she?" Peter asked. Usually by this time she'd be out on the back patio with him, coffee cups on the table in front of them, both of them bundled up against the morning chill as they waved at the early departures from Long Beach Airport jetting overhead. "I don't know, Dad," Ben said. Anxiety crept into Peter's voice. "She's not in her place?" "No." Ben had already checked the studio out back. No sign of her. He'd even walked around the attached garage into the alley to see if her Prius was in the parking space along the back fence. It wasn't there. "Did I do something bad?" Peter's hand started to shake. "Make her mad?" "No way." Ben rubbed his father's bony shoulder. He still hadn't regained enough weight after the last surgery. "You never do bad things." Peter looked up at him. Ben took the notebook out of his pocket and checked it. Maybe Grace had mentioned something the day before and he'd forgotten. He thumbed back through the pages. A note about his insomnia, written after 3 that morning, his handwriting even more indecipherable than usual. Then the list of his evening meds with the time, 12:17 a.m., and 4 check marks to ensure he hadn't missed anything. Before that, he'd watched that new show where everybody dies and Kiefer Sutherland becomes president. Didn't think it was very good, but watched the whole thing anyway. "Okay for Dad," he'd scribbled. Then, Peter's list of meds, with check marks that looked just like the ones he'd made above. He went back, page by page. Nothing about Grace. "Does it say about her?" Peter asked with hopeful eyes. Ben shook his head. "We'll figure it out. I'm sure it's okay." "I hope so. She's just renting the studio from us. She doesn't have to tell us everything about where she goes or when she'll be home." "She's nice," Peter said. "I know she is, Dad. I know." As Ben scribbled in his notebook, he heard the scream of jet engines rising in the east. He watched his father turn his eyes to the sky and wait for the plane to make itself visible beyond the edge of the roof. Peter's eyes widened when he saw it, and he lifted his hand. But his wave was half-hearted, and there was no smile on his face. Peter lay back on the exam table and pulled up his flannel shirt. Dr. Riaz checked the scar on his stomach from the last surgery. "This looks good. How long has it been?" Ben knew the question was directed at him. 7 months? He watched the doctor palpate his father's abdomen. "We've finally gotten some weight back on him," he said. "But I know he still needs to gain more. The most we've been able to get down in a day is 1,600 calories. "Does this hurt?" Riaz asked. "No," Peter said. He pressed in more places and watched Peter's face. After the last one, he said, "Good, you can sit up." Peter pulled his shirt down and winced as he pushed himself upright. The doctor was typing and didn't see his face. "Did that hurt, Dad?" Ben asked. "A little bit," Peter said. The doctor looked back at him. "Where?" Peter put his hand over the incision. "The abdominal muscles take a long time to heal," Riaz said. "How is your stool?" Peter looked confused, so Ben answered for him. "Mostly loose and liquidy, but occasionally, maybe every 3rd or 4th day, a little more solid with small, kind of curly pieces." Ben had double-checked his notes for the last few weeks to make sure he'd be able to answer correctly. Riaz looked both surprised and pleased by the degree of detail. He was always pleasant and unflappable, but seemed especially warm when he said, "You're a good son."